Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to work on this pretty little bracelet, and I have two of them here. This is a one I'm working on, sort of a prototype, but the one I finished is right here. So this is it, and doesn't it look complicated? It's so easy. I know I always say that, but really it's easy. It's not hard, you know. Just break it down into steps. This is what the back looks like. Take it off and give you a look. There we go. And these 6mm Druks are from the Royal Plumage collection, the Eureka crystal beads, and so are these Bicones. I mean, tell me about it. Look at that. Look at that glow of these beads. I'm in love with them. Anyway, so this is our bracelet. Doesn't take a lot of supplies, depending on your wrist size. If you have the Royal Plumage collection, you can just use what you have. My bracelet is. I get my ruler. I'm going to go this way. Is with the clasp is 7 inches, and I was able to use everything from the. Well, I mean, I have a ton more of these 6mm left, but I was able to use the 20 of the 4mm Bicones that come in the collection, and all I did was just make my little attachment for my clasp a little bit longer, so I didn't have to order any more Bicones. All right, so there you go. So the 7 inches with clasp. So I'm going to clear this off, get a materials list going, and we'll get started making this pretty little bracelet. Let's get our materials list going. So you'll need some 4mm Bicones, a 6mm pearl or a Druk, and these two are from Eureka Crystal Beads Royal Plumage collection. So this was January's collection. They're just gorgeous. So both of these are from that collection. I will link the collection down below, but I'll link the individual items that I'm using here because you can just order them separately if they're in stock. Okay. 3mm Bicone, 11/0 seed bead. I have a clasp here. I'm using a toggle and a loop. 8-pound Fireline, size 10 beading needle. You might need a 12 also, so I have one handy. Don't forget the No More Oops bead tray. Ringberries mat, 10% off the Ringberries mat. I will list all beads, sizes, colors, amounts in the description box below the video. I will also give you links to all the beads I'm using and to other bead websites that I like, the drill, all that stuff. But, I always have to repeat it for people who don't know, right? Okay, so if you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate that very much. And if you ring the bell, you will get notified when I upload a video. All right, so I'm going to clear this off and we'll get started. Okay, let's get started. So thread your needle with about 6 feet of thread. If you can handle 6 feet, if not, just put on whatever's comfortable and you can always add a thread. And I will link my adding thread video, so easy, in the description box below this video. So put on a stop bead and leave about a 14-inch tail if you want to use that for the clasp. If not, you can just leave enough of a tail to sew in and sew on your clasp separately. So I've dropped down to my stop bead, 1 6mm and 7 11/0s. So I'm just going to come around to the other side of the hole just to wrap those 11/0s around my bead, just like that. I'm going to pick up 7 11/0s, and I'm going to come around the other side to wrap this side, so through the hole on the other side, and that's what it looks like so far. Now I'm exiting here. I'm going to sew through all these 11/0s. I'll move my thumb in a second, so I'm just going through the top 11/0s here. Like that. I'm going to pick up a 3mm Bicone, and I'm going to continue sewing through the other side of the 11/0s. So that's going to place my Bicone there. And don't worry about if it's loose. Just keep going around like that. Just, give it a pull so everything sort of gets into shape. And I'm going to pick up another Bicone. And I'm going to go around again to attach this Bicone. Just like that. And I'm just going to keep going around just to reinforce. So just move your piece around to where it's comfortable to sew. Sewing through the Bicone that's next to the stop bead. And then I want to go all the way around and come out of the Bicone on the other side. like that. A little bit more, and out the bicone. Now you can give a pull to your tail thread and your working thread, and that's what you have. All right, so get that done and then we'll continue. Okay, let's continue. So I'm exiting the 3. I'm going to pick up 3 more bicones, and I'm just going to come around to make a right angle weave unit. Hold my thumb in a sec, just like that. Sew through the top bead and the side bead, just like that. Pick up 7 11-ohs and a 6. I'm going to drop those down, just like this. Okay, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to do a little maneuver like this. Okay, so here I'm just taking my thread and just going around like that. Just hold the wee thumb and go through all the 11-ohs. And don't worry about it if it travels. You'll get it back. Just like that. See? I'm going to pull it down. See, so I've surrounded one end. I'm going to sew right through the 6mm and add 7 more 11-ohs. Okay, I'm going to sew through here, back through the 6, so I'm just surrounding that bead, and a little pull, and then I want you just to sew, keep going this way, so I'm going to skip this bicone, and I'm going to sew right through those 11-ohs on the bottom again. So let me just get my needle in there. There you go. So don't go through the bicone, just go through the 11-ohs, like that. Continue on through all 7. One more, like that. I know it looks a little wonky right now, but don't worry about it. Pick up a 3mm and go through all 7 on the top, and then we'll give it a pull, like that. Going through like that. Get that 3mm in place. It should be right where the hole is. Okay, so this is where I want you to connect to that 3mm bicone now. So here we've put that group on. Just go through this one. Okay. And then through all the 11-ohs again until you come out the bicone. So I'm going to go through all these 11-ohs on the bottom. Like that. Oops. Turn it around. That's what it looks like. So that's how you're going to add all your pearls and your right angle weave units on. So you're just going to do this all the way down until to the length of your bracelet minus the clasp. Okay, and that should be pretty good. So I think I used, I don't have my bracelet in front of me, I think I used 10 or 11. I think I used 11 for my 7-inch bracelet. I ended up with 11 pearls on, and then of course the units in between. So you just have to measure it as you go along. Put it around your wrist and see how it fits. So then get that done, and then meet me back here, and we'll continue. And I have a mini going here. So if you have enough thread left over to make a turn and continue on, you know, if you've got a lot of thread, then go ahead and do that. I'm just going to leave a tail here for my clasp, and I'm going to thread my needle again with about 6 feet of thread, and I'm going to put a stop bead in the middle of my thread. So I'm going to use one end to do one side and one end to do the other side. I don't know, sometimes when you're doing a lot of seed beady work like this, and going around and around, sometimes it's good to like split one thread and just go down either side. Either way, I guess, is fine. So this is the way I'm going to do it. You do have this long thread that, and if it bugs you, then, you know, then you can just continue on around and around instead of splitting the thread. So here, I've just split it. So I'm exiting. Let me put this behind me. This is where I'm exiting. I just gone through that bicone. I'm going to sew through the next 4 beads. Just like that. It's my one thread, and I'm just ignoring the other one at the moment. Okay. So now I'm going to pick up 3 11/0s, a 4mm bicone, and 3 11/0s. Just like that. I'm going to find bead number 4 in my next little unit here. 1, 2, 3. Here's bead number 4. I'm coming in this way. So going this way, not going straight through, I'm going this way. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to sew through the next 3 seed beads. Like that. And this little bicone right here. Okay. I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s, and I'm going to sew right through this 4mm bicone right here. Like that. Give it a pull. Pick up 2 11/0s, sew back through that 3mm bicone over here. Like that. Up through the 2 11/0s after that bicone, make a turn, go through the bicone and the next 3. So the 4mm bicone and the next 3 11/0s. Ah, you got that first unit on, or that first sort of round and around-y bit going on. Pick up 3 11/0s, a bicone, 4mm, and 3 11/0s. We're going to go through bead 4 of this next unit. 1, 2, 3. Here's bead number 4. I'm coming this way, sewing this way, this direction. Like that. Through the next 3 11/0s. Through the bicone, the little 3mm bicone. 2 11/0s. Through the 4. 2 11/0s. Back through the 3. That 3mm right there. Back up the 2 next to 11/0s. Make a turn through the bicone, through the next 3 11/0s. Just like that. That's what we're going to do all the way down. Should we do it one more time? That's so much fun. 2, 3 11/0s, a 4mm bicone, 2, 3 11/0s. Next purl unit, or 6mm unit, 1, 2, 3, bead number 4, coming in this way, like that. Sew through the next 3 11/0s. Through the bicone, so that little 3mm bicone, 2 11/0s, through the 4mm bicone, 2 11/0s, back through the 3 3mm bicone, up these 2. So the next 2 seed beads, make a turn, go through the 4mm and the next 3 11/0s. There you go. That's all you're going to do all the way down. Okay, so get that done on this side, and then grab your other thread and get it done, and do it on the other side. And then we'll come back and we'll put the clasp on. How easy, huh? All right, see, we've come down to the end, and I decided to make a full bracelet for a friend of mine. So just to give you, just for a little heads up on, the amount of beads and such, I have 11, 3, 6, 9, 11 of my 6mm pearls, Druks, whatever, in the center. I'm going to use this clasp. So when I do this, it's going to make about a 6.5-inch bracelet. So you'll have to adjust yours accordingly. All right, so before we get to that, I've already done it on one side. You're going to have 2 threads coming out if you did, if you added that one thread and used either side. So here I'm just coming out here. This thread is just from, the other side I've sewn in already. Here's the thread that I left on to put my clasp on. So here I'm just exiting one of these 3 beads. I'm just going to sew through these 3 across the bicone, and I'm just going to come down like that. So you just want to get to somewhere where you can sew your threads in. So you can actually go right through here and just sew your threads in along the bottom. All right, so just going to do a little half hitch knot right there through the bicone. Then you can do another half hitch knot before the next bicone, and you can keep going all the way down if you like. I've already done one side. I'm not going to finish that, so I can, want to do it very carefully for my friend. So get to that point, and then meet me back here, and we'll put on the clasp. Okay, we're back. So I'm going to put on the one end of my toggle. So I'm going to put the toggle on right now. We'll put the loop on after. So I've put a little jump ring on the end of my toggle because I don't want to sew through this way. I want to sew through this way. So I just have a little stash of little 4mm jump rings that I use. So I have on here 7 11-ohs. So here's my, my end thread. I'm just going to come through the loop, or the little ring that I put on. I'm going to pick up 7 11-ohs, and I'm going to come through, so right through the 3mm bicone that's right there. Okay, so this is what I have so far. All right, I'm going to come up 3, 4, 3, like that. And then I'm going to come down 3 on the other side. Like that. And then I'm going to go through the bicone again. And I'm going to do that one more time. Go up 3 and down 3 on the other side. I'm going to come across the bicone like that. Ouch. And now I'm going to just sew through all my beads. Just all the 11-ohs that I just put on. Like that. Through the ring. Back down through all the beads. Like that. And across. And that gives me just like a little leg on the bottom of my toggle, so I can fits easily through my loop. So you can go around again. So get that done and then come on back and we'll do the other side. Okay, ready for the other side. So I'm going to pick up an 11-oh and a bicone. You can do anything here. You can just put on 3 11-ohs. I'm going to come through my loop. Again, I put on a jump ring to make my toggle loop, the ring where I want it to be. I'm going to pick up a bicone, 11-oh, see how that looks. That looks good. As I said, you can really do anything on the end here. I'm just going to sew through my beads again, through the bicone. That's what the end looks like. Now I'm going to sew through. You can do that a couple of times, maybe 3 times. Now I'm just going to sew through all my beads. I'm coming down to the side here, and I'm going to tie my half-hitch knots. So here, I'll put one here, like that. Now I'm going to sew down through all the beads till I get to another bicone. I'm going to add another half-hitch knot, and so on. You can go down as far as you like. Oops. I'm just going to end it right there for now. I won't tie it off yet. So here we go. Here's our bracelet. So let me pull out. Really pretty, huh? So here, I'll put it on, even though it might be a little small for me. Oh, might fit me. It does, actually. It fits me perfectly. I love it. It's beautiful. So, you know, one thing you can do is when you get to the end here, I twisted my thing. There we go. When you get to the end here, you can adjust the size by making this little end where the toggle is longer or shorter. And that way, you know, actually I could have gone a little smaller for me. I might have to take it out for my friend. She's a little smaller than I am. But anyway, there you go. There's our bracelet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have fun making this. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.